Disneyland Railroad.
Here it comes.
Welcome for the holiday portion. These are being on hand, legs inside the tree. Here, you sure your locals are sitting down as well and are away from our open. Our next stop are going to be the Willow Square Station.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. The station also serves for spearfish and fine. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off.
Once again, friends, please remain seated when you come to a full and complete stop at the station. This will be New Orleans Station, your gateway to the holiday. I will carry you. Please up here. Beyond and right. Remain seated when you come to a full and complete stop. Welcome to the party. Inside the train. And parents, please supervise the little ones, making sure they're seated away to Down Depot.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And enjoy your meal. Joining up that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait.
We're up to now entering Toontown Depot. At this time, we just ask that you please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Toontown Depot will be your stop for Fantasyland. It's a small world, Toontown itself, and much, much more. Once again, folks, just please remain seated till the train comes to a full and a complete stop. And ladies inside the train, and parents, please supervise the little ones, making sure they're seated away from any of our train openings. Our next stop will be Tomorrowland Station.
Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astro blasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Alright folks, we're now entering Tomorrowland Station. At this time, we just ask that you please remain seated until the train comes to a full, complete stop. Once again, folks, just please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Remain seated, keep your arms, hands, feet, and legs inside the train. And parents, please supervise your little ones, making sure they're seated away from our train openings. Our next stop will be Main Street Station. However, before we enter Main Street, we will be making a detour to the Grand Canyon. As we go to the Grand Canyon, we do ask that you please refrain from using any flash photography or video lighting. We also ask that all lighted toys be turned off at this time.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flashing.
Su seguridad, tenga las manos, brazos,
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and proceed carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few.
Alright folks, we're now entering Main Street Station. At this time, we stop that you please remain seated until the train comes to a full complete stop. Be advised folks, Main Street Station is the only station without a ramp or elevator. So if you have a stroller or wheelchair, we highly recommend to keep it folded, that way you can carry it down the stairs. Once again folks, please remain seated until the train makes a full stop.
For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is...
Alright folks, we're now entering Norland Square Station. At this time, we just ask that you please remain seated until the train...
When it comes to sweetness, the inhabitants of the land we're passing over are the bee's knees. Here in Bayou, of America, entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography. That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. Returning to our own time and to Main Street Station. Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you.
Once again, press these are being used. It's going to be Main Street Station to Tomorrowland. Stopping. As a courtesy reminder, the station only has stairs. If you have a wheelchair or stroller, please make sure to use the pole. Stairs down the stairs and also next to the chair. Once again, the main full stop. Welcome to your place.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping in Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street.